Hey there, hope you're having a good evening. So let me ask you something. Have you ever gone to bed, slept a solid 7 or 8 hours, did everything right, but you wake up feeling like you didn't sleep at all? Your body feels heavy, your brain feels foggy, like you ran a marathon in your sleep and nobody told you. If you know that feeling, just nod. I know you do. And you are not alone. Here's what I want you to hear first. And I mean, this is not your fault, and it's definitely not because you're old or falling apart. This is your body quietly changing on you, and most doctors don't explain why. So today we're going to fix that. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on while you sleep, and then give you one simple, cheap trick. And I promise it's already sitting in your kitchen cabinet. But first, the usual stuff. This is for educational purposes only. Always consult your own doctor before making changes. Okay, great. Let's get into it. What's really happening when you close your eyes? After 50, your body fights a quiet war every single night. And I don't mean that as a metaphor. This is real. This is physiology. Here's what your body is doing while you're off in dreamland. First, it's repairing micro tears in your muscles. Every time you walk, climb stairs, carry groceries, chase after a grandkid, all those little daily dings, your muscles get tiny damage. That's normal, but your body has to fix them overnight. Second, it's stabilizing your blood sugar from the whole day's ups and downs. That morning coffee with a little sugar, that sandwich at lunch, that afternoon snack from the vending machine, your body spends all night smoothing out those peaks and valleys. Third, it's cleaning your brain literally. While you sleep, your brain flushes out metabolic waste, organizes memories, calms your nervous system. It's like the city sends out street cleaners at 3 in the morning. But here's the catch: if you don't give your body the right materials before you turn out the light, that war can be half lost before you even fall asleep. And the thing that changes this, not a prescription, not a $90 bottle of supplements from an ad on social media, not some fancy powder from a wellness influencer. It's quietly sitting in your kitchen cabinet, and it's so cheap you'd never guess it could do this much. I've walked with so many patients your age through this exact journey, and I can tell you honestly, what you're about to hear might change how you feel about waking up tomorrow morning. Over the years, helping folks in their 60s, 70s, and beyond stay strong, sharp, and independent, the thing I've learned is this: the health practices that really work. Most of them aren't in a hospital or a pharmacy, they're right in your own kitchen. We just never really pay attention to them, or nobody ever explained them properly. So today I want to talk about one of them, something almost everyone has in their kitchen: peanut butter. Yes, that plain old jar of peanut butter you use for your kid's sandwich or spread on toast, your body's night shift crew. Before I get to the peanut butter, you need to understand one thing really clearly. Your body does not shut down when you sleep. It switches shifts, you lie down, and your muscles are already working. Medicine calls it micro repair. Those tiny tears from the day, your body patches them up one by one. Wherever there's a crack, it fills it. Wherever there's damage, it repairs it. Your brain is taking out the trash all day long. Your brain builds up metabolic waste. At night, it flushes it out like a river that flows through and carries away the garbage. Your heart rate slows down, your blood pressure naturally drops. Your cells get ready for the next morning like a factory night crew. The machines keep running while you rest. This isn't a nice story. This is real physiology, happens every single night. Whether you help it or not, your body is working this hard. We can't just leave it to fight alone, right? What changes after 50? But after 50, that night shift starts having some trouble. Change number one: your body makes less growth hormone while you sleep. Think of growth hormone as the foreman who says, okay, team, start fixing. Less growth hormone means muscles don't recover as fast. When you were 30, you could work out and feel fine the next morning. Now, you might be sore for 2 or 3 days. Change number two, and this is the big one. So please listen closely. Your blood sugar gets wobblier at night. After 50, your blood sugar is more likely to dip too low or bounce around unevenly during the night. This is not your fault. This is just your body changing. So what does that feel like in real life? You might wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning for no clear reason. You look at the clock, you're not hungry, you don't have to use the bathroom, no bad dream, you're just awake. Then you toss and turn for an hour or more before falling back asleep. You might sleep 8 hours and wake up feeling like you went through the washing machine, heavy, stiff, like someone worked you over all night. You might reach for your coffee and realize your brain is already foggy. You can't focus. You read the same text message 3 times before it makes sense. Does any of that sound familiar? What the science says, according to a large study in the Journal of Sleep Medicine Reviews, People over 50 are more likely to have nighttime blood sugar swings than younger people. They followed a lot of people's solid data, and those swings, they directly wreck your deep sleep cycles. Most people don't connect those two things. They just think, I'm getting older. That's just how it is. I guess I have to live with it, but I'm here to tell you it doesn't have to be that way. There's a short window of time before bed, roughly 30 to 60 minutes before you lie down, and what you eat in that window directly affects all of this. Choose the right thing. Your body gets the materials it needs, repair, stability, recovery, all better. Choose the wrong thing. Your body spends all night dealing with chaos and your sleep suffers. So the real question isn't, is it okay to eat peanut butter before bed? The real question is, what does your body actually need at night to do this repair job? Well, once you understand that, the answer about peanut butter becomes obvious. And hey, you're still listening. That tells me you actually care about your body. And honestly, that's huge. A lot of people don't want to face this stuff. They think it's too complicated or too much trouble. The fact that you're here, that means you're taking responsibility. Good for you. Keep listening, because the next part is where you really understand how peanut butter affects your sleep and your blood sugar. Let's walk through a normal night. Let's start with blood sugar, because everything today is built on this. I know when a lot of people hear blood sugar, they think diabetes, they think medication, they think that's someone else's problem. But here's the truth. Blood sugar instability affects almost everyone over 50, whether you've been diagnosed with anything or not, whether you feel fine during the day or not. Let me walk you through a regular night. You eat dinner around 6 or 7 p.m., maybe a bowl of rice, some chicken, a little vegetables, a glass of water. After you eat, your blood sugar goes up a little, then slowly starts drifting down. By the time you're getting ready for bed, say 10 or 11 p.m., it's been 4 or 5 hours since your last meal. During those 4 or 5 hours, your body has been slowly using up the glucose from dinner. You burn some walking to the couch, you burn some watching TV, you burn some just breathing and keeping your heart beating. Then around midnight, say 1 or 2 in the morning, your blood sugar starts to dip. It gets down to a level that's a little too low for comfort. When it dips too low, your body gets a little nervous. It thinks, oh, we might run out of fuel. What if we need emergency energy later? So it releases stress hormones, cortisol, and adrenaline into your blood. Those hormones pull stored sugar from your liver and dump it back into your bloodstream as a backup. Now here's the key. Those stress hormones don't jolt you awake like a fire alarm. They don't make you sit up in bed. They just gently pull you up from deep sleep into lighter sleep. Just a little, you don't even remember waking up. But your sleep has gone from deep and restorative to shallow and restless, just enough to make you sleep poorly. Just enough to make you wake up feeling like you didn't rest at all, even though you were in bed for 8 full hours. Do you know someone like that? Or is that you where peanut butter comes in? Now here's where peanut butter gets really interesting. Peanut butter has a low glycemic index. The glycemic index is just a measure of how fast a food makes your blood sugar go up. High glycemic index foods like white bread, white rice, soda, juice, most breakfast cereals, they make your blood sugar shoot up fast and then crash down hard like a roller coaster. Peanut butter is the opposite. It doesn't spike your blood sugar. Instead, it releases energy slowly and evenly over many hours, like a calm, steady river, not a flash flood. Why? Because peanut butter has protein, healthy fats, and a little bit of slow digesting carbohydrate. Those three things together slow down digestion a lot, like a lot in that combination. That's exactly what your body needs to keep blood sugar stable through the night. It's almost like it was designed for nighttime repair. According to research from the American Diabetes Association, eating a low glycemic food before bed can help reduce those nighttime blood sugar swings. And for people over 50, this matters even more because this is the age group that struggles with it the most. Think of it this way. Imagine it's winter. You put a log in your fireplace, not a handful of straw. Straw burns super hot for 3 minutes and then it's gone. You put in a solid piece of oak. It doesn't burn fast. It doesn't burn out fast. It just burns steady all night long. Your house stays warm. You don't have to get up at 3 a.m. to put more wood on the fire. That's what peanut butter does for your blood sugar. Blood sugar stays stable. Stress hormones don't get released. Stress hormones don't get released. Your body stays in repair mode, your sleep gets deep, and deep sleep is where the magic happens. But wait, isn't eating before bed bad for you? Okay, I need to stop here for a second because what I'm about to say might go against what you've heard for decades. So take a breath. Growing up, we were told over and over, don't eat before bed, it'll make you gain weight. ITEL mess up your digestion. It's bad for you. That idea is so deep in us that some people will lie in bed with their stomach growling, unable to sleep, thinking, at least I'm being disciplined. But science is more subtle than that. And more honest, the real question isn't whether you eat before bed, it's what you eat high sugar. Refined carb late night snacks, cake, cookies, chips, sweetbread, ice cream. Yes, those can mess up your metabolism. Yes, those can make your blood sugar look like a roller coaster. Yes, those can store fat. But a small amount of protein and healthy fat, science sees something completely different. There was a really clever study from Florida State University. They took healthy adults, normal weight, no major health problems, and had them eat a small 150 calorie high protein snack before bed, about the size of 2 tablespoons of peanut butter with a little something extra. And here's what they found: not only did these people not gain fat, their resting metabolic rate the next morning was actually slightly higher. That means their bodies burned a few more calories just lying there. Here's the logic: if you go to bed starving, your blood sugar dips all night, your body starts to panic. It thinks, oh no, famine, I'd better hold on to every calorie I can. So it hoards fat, but if you give it a little steady fuel, just enough to say, relax, we're not starving, your body stays in normal mode. It repairs, it burns energy, it doesn't go into panic storage mode. So sometimes what we think of as discipline is actually working against us. If that surprises you, or if it's completely different from what you've always heard, hit that like button. Let more people who need to hear this find it. The melatonin connection. A lot of people don't realize this. Lying in bed for 8 hours is not the same as sleeping well. You can be in bed for 8 hours, but if your sleep is shallow, if you're dreaming too much, if you're tossing and turning, that 8 hours might be worse than someone else's 6 hours of deep sleep. And a lot of that comes down to what your brain has to work with at night. Melatonin is your main sleep hormone. When the sun goes down, your brain starts making it. That's why you feel naturally sleepy when it gets dark. But here's the detail most people miss: your body needs raw materials to make melatonin. No ingredients, no product. No matter how hard your brain works, the specific raw material is an amino acid called tryptophan. Tryptophan first turns into serotonin. Serotonin is that chemical that makes you feel calm, stable, in a good mood. A lot of depression, anxiety, and sleep problems are linked to low serotonin. Then serotonin turns into melatonin. It's an assembly line. If you don't have enough tryptophan coming in, the whole line gets stuck. Peanuts contain tryptophan, not the highest amount. Turkey, bananas, milk have it too. But peanuts have a unique advantage. The healthy fat in peanut butter helps tryptophan cross something called the blood-brain barrier. Think of the blood-brain barrier as a bouncer at a very exclusive club. Not everything gets in. The fat in peanut butter helps tryptophan flash its ID and get past the bouncer. Once tryptophan is inside your brain, it can get to work making serotonin and melatonin. A study in the journal Psychiatry Research found that the amount of fat people ate in the evening was directly linked to how much tryptophan got into their brain. More healthy fat at night meant more tryptophan available for the brain. So when you eat peanut butter before bed, you're not just having a little snack, you're delivering raw materials for your brain's natural sleep hormone factory. I want you to stop here for a second and think, how many nights have you lain in bed staring at the ceiling, exhausted but unable to fall asleep? Not because you were worried or stressed, just because your brain wouldn't shut off. What if part of the answer was sitting in your kitchen cabinet this whole time? The midnight hunger problem. Let me talk about something a lot of people over 50 feel but almost never say out loud: waking up hungry in the middle of the night. Or not fully hungry, just your stomach feels a little empty. Not painful, not starving, but just enough to keep you from falling back asleep. This is not a small problem, but a lot of people don't talk about it because they're embarrassed. They think it means they have no willpower. They think other people will judge them. Let me be very clear. This is not a willpower problem. This is biology. As we get older, the hormones that control hunger change. The first one is ghrelin. Ghrelin is the I'm hungry hormone. It tells your brain, hey, we need food after 50. Ghrelin becomes more sensitive. The same level of hunger you barely noticed at 30. Now it feels very real. The second one is leptin. Leptin is the I'm full, stop eating hormone. It tells your body, okay, that's enough. After 50, leptin becomes weaker. You can be physically full, but your brain doesn't get the signal to stop. So one hunger hormone gets stronger. The fullness hormone gets weaker at the same time. That's why you feel hungrier at night. That's not in your head, that's in your medical textbooks. When those hormones get out of balance at night, your sleep gets chopped up. You wake, you toss, you turn, you lie there like a fish on a dock. Then you wake up tired and hungry, and the whole cycle starts over. Peanut butter helps in two specific ways. First, the protein in peanut butter helps quiet ghrelin. A study in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that a small protein-rich snack before bed can reduce that nighttime hunger signal. It tells your brain, relax, we have food. Second, the fat in peanut butter slows down how fast your stomach empties. That's called gastric emptying. Fast emptying means you get hungry again quickly. Slow emptying means you stay full longer. The fat in peanut butter slows that way down. You don't feel stuffed. You don't feel heavy. You just feel settled, comfortable, not empty, and that settled feeling. That's often the difference between good sleep and bad sleep. When your body feels safe and comfortable, your mind lets go. For the active folks, even if active just means a daily walk, this next part is for anyone who moves their body. Even if it's just a 20-minute walk around the neighborhood, even if you just garden or chase grandkids. This matters to you. There's a huge misunderstanding about muscles. Most people think muscles grow when you exercise. That's wrong. Muscles get damaged when you exercise. You create tiny tears in the muscle fibers every time you walk upstairs, carry groceries, or do a workout. That's normal. That's actually healthy. No damage, no growth, but the repair happens when you sleep. Specifically, during deep sleep, that's when your body releases growth hormone. Growth hormone is like a construction foreman. It calls in the repair crew amino acids from protein and sends them to work on damaged muscles. Here's the problem after 50. Your muscles don't respond to protein as well as they used to. There's a fancy term for this, anabolic resistance. But here's what it means in plain English. When you were 30, if you ate an egg, your muscles could use most of that protein to repair themselves. Now, at 60, you might only absorb half of it. The rest goes to waste to get the same repair. You need to be smarter about when you eat protein. That's why nighttime protein is such a big deal. Nighttime is the longest stretch your body goes without food, but it's also when the most repair work is happening. A study in medicine and science and sports and medicine found that older adults who ate protein before bed had significantly higher rates of muscle repair overnight. Even a small amount made a measurable difference. 2 tablespoons of peanut butter have about 7 to 8 grams of protein. That's roughly the same as 1 egg, not a huge amount. But at night, when your body is in repair mode and constantly needs small amounts of amino acids, even that little bit can make a real difference. Think of it like this: before the night shift starts, you lay out all the tools on the workbench, the workers come in, the lights turn on, and they can start immediately. They don't have to spend 30 minutes looking for a hammer if you wake up stiff in the morning, if your body feels like rusted metal. If you have to move around for an hour before you feel normal, this might be you. Your body wants to fix itself every single night. It just needs the right support to do the job well. The morning payoff. Before we go further, let me say this. If you're thinking, wow, this sounds like me, I'm really glad you made it this far. It means I'm not just talking generalities. This is speaking to your real life. You don't have to do anything tonight. You don't have to run out and buy peanut butter. Just keep listening, get the whole picture, because what I'm about to say might be the part that matters most to how you feel every single morning. Let's talk about the morning. That head fog, that heavy feeling, that sense that moving takes too much effort, that I just woke up, but I already feel drained feeling. A lot of people over 50 think this is normal. They think it's just age, or they think they didn't sleep enough, so they drink 1 cup of coffee, then 2, then they just power through. But here's what's actually happening in your body, and it's more precise than you might think. Remember that nighttime blood sugar dip and how your body released stress hormones to rescue you. By the time you wake up, those stress hormones are still a little elevated. They haven't fully come back down because your body just went through a blood sugar crisis last night. It's still on alert. So you open your eyes and your cortisol, one of your main stress hormones, is already higher than it should be. Your day hasn't even started and your body is already in a low-grade alarm state. The result: brain fog, low energy, that heavy weighted down feeling. You sit on the edge of the bed for 10 minutes trying to wake up. It takes until lunchtime to feel normal. Now flip it around. What if your blood sugar stayed stable all night? What if that slow-burning protein and fat from peanut butter kept everything steady? No big dip, no stress hormone rescue, no interrupted repair cycles. Then you wake up. Not bouncing off the walls like a teenager, that's not realistic, but ready, clear, grounded, like you actually slept. You think, okay, I can do today. A study in nutritional neuroscience looked at people over 55. They found that stable nighttime blood sugar was a better predictor of morning mental clarity than total hours of sleep, more important than how long you were in bed. So it's not just about getting your 8 hours, it's about what your body does during those hours. The mineral most people over 50 are missing. I want to go a little deeper because peanut butter isn't just protein and fat. There's something else in there that most people overlook. Peanut butter contains a mineral that a lot of people over 50 don't get enough of, and this mineral affects sleep, muscle function, heart rhythm, and stress levels all at the same time. That mineral is magnesium. 2 tablespoons of natural peanut butter have about 49 milligrams of magnesium. That's not a huge amount, but for a bedtime snack, it's a very meaningful contribution. Why is magnesium so important? Magnesium is sometimes called the relaxation mineral. That's not a marketing gimmick. That's real physiology. Here's what it does. First, magnesium helps activate your parasympathetic nervous system. That's your brake pedal. That's the system that says slow down, rest, digest. When you're stressed or anxious, your sympathetic nervous system, the gas pedal, is in charge. To fall asleep, you need to switch to the brake pedal. Magnesium helps you make that switch smoothly. Second, magnesium helps regulate GABA. GABA is a neurotransmitter whose only job is to put the brakes on your brain's electrical activity. It calms things down. If you don't have enough GABA, your brain just keeps spinning, thinking about tomorrow, thinking about yesterday, worrying. Magnesium helps GABA do its job better. Third, the healthy fats in peanut butter help reduce chronic low-grade inflammation. That's a fancy term, but here's what it means in real life: that stiff, achy, foggy feeling in the morning. A lot of that is low-level inflammation. It's not a big fire, it's little embers all over your body. The healthy fats in peanut butter act like a small fire department, quietly putting out those embers overnight. So when you eat a little peanut butter before bed, you're getting three good things at once: magnesium to calm your nervous system, healthy fats to cool down inflammation, protein to support muscle repair, and all of that happens while you're asleep. 2 tablespoons can do a lot more than you think. What about your heart? For a lot of people watching this, heart health isn't an abstract concept. It's not something they see on a commercial. Maybe you've had to scare yourself. Maybe your doctor said your blood pressure is a little high, or your cholesterol numbers came back with some red marks. Maybe someone close to you had a heart attack or a stroke and it made you pay attention. Maybe it's just that quiet worry in the back of your mind. I should probably do something about my heart. This part is for you. Please listen closely. Peanut butter is rich in monounsaturated fats and polyunsaturated fats. These are the heart healthy fats. They've been studied for decades. Here's what they do. They help raise your HDL. That's your good cholesterol. Think of HDL as the cleanup crew. It patrols your blood vessels, picks up extra cholesterol, and carries it back to your liver to be processed. They also help lower your LDL, that's the bad cholesterol, the kind that can build up in your artery walls and cause narrowing over time. A long-term study in the New England Journal of Medicine followed tens of thousands of people for many years, decades really. They found that people over 50 who ate nuts or nut butter regularly had a significantly lower risk of cardiovascular events. That means heart attacks, strokes, the big ones we all worry about. But here's the nighttime angle that most people don't think about. When you sleep, your blood pressure is supposed to go down naturally. That's a normal physiological process. It's called nocturnal blood pressure dipping. That dip is really important. It gives your heart and blood vessels a chance to rest and recover, like your heart clocking out for the night. But a lot of people over 50 don't have a good nighttime dip. Maybe it doesn't go down enough. Maybe it doesn't go down at all. Sometimes it even goes up. Doctors call that non-dipping, and non-dipping is linked to higher cardiovascular risk over time. Research from the sleep and heart health studies found that stable nighttime blood sugar and lower nighttime cortisol, the stress hormone, are both linked to healthier nighttime blood pressure patterns. And a low glycemic bedtime snack, like the peanut butter we're talking about, can help support both of those things. So that little spoonful of peanut butter, it's not just helping you sleep, it's not just helping your muscles, it's quietly, gently helping your heart every single night. All right, let's get practical. Here's how you actually do this. Peanut butter by itself is great, but if you pair it with the right things, it gets even better. Plus, it's nice to have some variety. Here are my 3 favorite combinations. You can pick the one that fits your lifestyle best. Number 1, peanut butter and banana. This is the classic. People all over the world eat this for a reason. Bananas give you potassium and magnesium. Potassium helps balance sodium and supports healthy blood pressure. Magnesium, as we just talked about, helps with muscle relaxation. Together, these 2 minerals can help reduce nighttime leg cramps. You know that horrible feeling, you're sound asleep and suddenly your calf seizes up and you wake up in pain? Banana and peanut butter can help with that. Bananas also have a little natural sugar and some tryptophan. The peanut butter slows down the sugar release from the banana. So instead of a little spike, you get a smooth, steady energy curve all night. How much? 1 medium banana. 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, that's plenty. And honestly, it tastes great, sweet, creamy, satisfying. Number 2, peanut butter on whole wheat toast. Whole wheat toast gives you complex carbohydrates. Complex carbs are different from the simple carbs in white bread or pastries. Simple carbs digest fast, blood sugar goes up fast, then crashes. Complex carbs digest slowly like a time-release capsule. They give you a steady trickle of energy over many hours. Whole wheat toast also has fiber. Fiber feeds your gut bacteria. Healthy gut bacteria help with serotonin production. Remember, serotonin is the step before melatonin, and the fiber in whole wheat toast slows down digestion even more, so you stay full longer. You're less likely to wake up hungry at 3 a.m. This combination is especially good for two types of people. First, people who wake up hungry in the middle of the night. Second, people who exercise regularly and need a little extra fuel for muscle repair overnight. One slice of whole wheat toast, 1 to 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. That's a complete bedtime snack. Number three, peanut butter and apple slices. This is my personal favorite. I also recommend it a lot to people who are watching their weight. Apples have pectin. Pectin is a type of soluble fiber. In your gut, it turns into a gel-like substance. That gel feeds good bacteria, helps with regular bowel movements, and supports nighttime metabolism. The natural sugar in apples gets buffered nicely by the fat and protein in peanut butter. An apple by itself is actually not bad. Its sugar releases fairly slowly, but with peanut butter, even slower, very stable blood sugar, and apples are crisp, juicy, and light. They don't feel heavy in your stomach before bed. You won't feel bloated or uncomfortable. How much? Half an apple sliced thin, 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, dip or spread, whichever you prefer. Light, satisfying, good for metabolism, and not too many calories. Try all three. See which one feels best to you, or rotate them during the week so you don't get bored. I have to say this clearly: if you ignore this, everything we just talked about could backfire. Not all peanut butter is created equal. A lot of the big brand peanut butters, especially the cheap ones in giant plastic jars at Walmart or Costco, have things added that you don't want. First, sugar, corn syrup, glucose, white sugar, fructose. It goes by many names. You think you're eating peanut butter, but you're also eating a spoonful of sugar. Second, hydrogenated oil or partially hydrogenated oil. These are artificially hardened fats. Manufacturers add them so the peanut butter doesn't separate, so you don't have to stir it. But hydrogenated oils contain trans fats, and trans fats are terrible for your heart. They raise bad cholesterol, lower good cholesterol, and increase inflammation. These additives turn a perfectly healthy natural food into something that can spike your blood sugar, increase inflammation, and wreck the very sleep you're trying to improve. So please make this a habit. Turn the jar around and read the ingredients. Don't look at the front of the jar. Natural. Old-fashioned, homemade style, those are marketing words. If you see hydrogenated vegetable oil, partially hydrogenated oil, or refined vegetable oil, put it back on the shelf. Walk away. Good peanut butter has a very short ingredient list. So short it might surprise you. Usually it says peanuts, maybe salt, that's it. No sugar, no hydrogenated oil, nothing else. Yes, natural peanut butter separates. You open the jar and there's a layer of oil on top. Below it, the peanut butter is firm. You have to stir it with a clean spoon. Some people find that annoying, but that separation is actually proof that you're buying the least processed, most natural product available. That oil on top is just the natural peanut oil. That's the good stuff. Almond butter is also a great alternative, similar benefits to peanut butter and usually a little higher in magnesium. If you like the taste of almonds, give it a try. I have to be honest with you, this is not for everyone. There are a few situations where you should be careful. First, if you have a peanut allergy, please do not eat peanut butter. That can be life-threatening if you're allergic. Try almond butter or sunflower seed butter instead. Second, if you have GERD or acid reflux, high-fat foods at night can make reflux worse. Fat relaxes the valve between your stomach and esophagus, and it increases stomach pressure. If this is you, start with a very small amount, half a tablespoon, or talk to your doctor first. Third, if you have type 2 diabetes and take medication, a bedtime snack can affect your blood sugar levels overnight, and in the morning, before making this a habit, check with your doctor or diabetes educator. They can give you more personal advice. Fourth, if you're on a strict weight loss plan, an extra 100 to 200 calories a night can add up. That doesn't mean you can't do this. It just means you need to account for those calories somewhere else in your day. For most healthy adults over 50, a small amount of natural peanut butter before bed is generally safe, and for many, it can make a real difference. How much and when? Here's your exact answer: 1 to 2 tablespoons of natural peanut butter, 30 to 60 minutes before bed. What's a tablespoon? Just a regular spoon from your kitchen drawer, a level spoonful, not heaping. That gives you roughly 90 to 190 calories. That's enough to stabilize your blood sugar, give you a little magnesium, and support better sleep quality, but not so much that you feel heavy or have digestive problems. If you're having it with banana, apple, or toast, stick to 1 tablespoon. The other food adds calories too if you're eating it by itself. 1 to 2 tablespoons is fine. Let your hunger guide you. Timing matters. After you eat, give your body at least 30 minutes to start digesting. Don't eat and then flop right into bed. If you lie down with food still in your stomach, you're more likely to have reflux or just feel uncomfortable. Use that 30 minutes to brush your teeth, wash your face, lay out clothes for tomorrow, read a few pages of a book, listen to quiet music, then get into bed. And here's the most important part: consistency beats perfection. You don't have to do this every single night. Don't put pressure on yourself. Aim for 4 or 5 nights a week. Give your body a steady rhythm. That's when you'll see real changes. Stick with it for a few weeks. Don't do it for 2 days and expect miracles. Your body needs time to adjust. Cells don't turn over overnight. After a few weeks, pay attention. Are you sleeping more deeply, waking up less often, feeling more clear in the morning? Those changes won't be dramatic. They'll be small, steady improvements. That's how real health works. Not overnight miracles, gradual, consistent progress. Here's a little extra. Think of it as the cherry on top or the sprinkle of something extra. If you want to take this one step further, add a small pinch of cinnamon to your bedtime snack. Cinnamon is that brown powder at coffee shops. It's not just for flavor. Multiple scientific studies have shown that cinnamon can help lower the blood sugar response to a meal. It also improves insulin sensitivity, meaning your body uses blood sugar more efficiently with less spikes and crashes. For people over 50, this is especially meaningful. Insulin sensitivity naturally declines with age. How much? A quarter of a teaspoon. That's a small spoon, the kind you stir your coffee with. Sprinkle it on your peanut butter toast, stir it into your peanut butter banana. The flavor works really well with peanut butter, warm, slightly sweet, a little spicy. It's cheap, it's easy, it's backed by science, and you can try it tonight. Okay, we've covered a lot, from blood sugar to muscles, from melatonin to heart health, from reading ingredient labels to a pinch of cinnamon. But let me boil it down to one sentence. Your body works the night shift for you every single night, no days off, no vacations. It repairs your muscles. It stabilizes your metabolism, it cleans your brain, it protects your heart, it never calls in sick, it never slacks off. All it asks is that you give it the right materials, and now you know what those materials look like. Not expensive, not complicated, no prescription, no trip to a specialty store, just one small intentional bedtime habit. Over the years, I've seen so many people in their 50s, 60s, and beyond make this simple change. And they come back and tell me, Doc, I don't know if it's that spoonful of peanut butter or not, but mornings feel different now. I don't dread getting up. I don't have to sit on the edge of the bed for 20 minutes. I just feel more settled. I hope someday soon that person is you. If this video helped you understand something, if it gave you a little hope, if it made you think, oh, that's why I feel that way, then this video was worth making. Please share it with someone you care about, maybe your mom or dad. They might have the same struggles and never say it. Maybe an old friend, someone you've been meaning to check in on. Maybe just someone you love who wakes up tired every single day. They deserve to know this stuff. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Every video here is for the same purpose, helping you sleep well, live well, and feel more like yourself at every age. And remember, if you're dealing with any health concerns, please schedule a visit with your primary care doctor. I'm here to help you understand the science, not replace professional medical advice. Take care of yourself. And good night, really good night.